This is Marilla Smith, and I am here from the living room trying to cover the march in the Wall Street area, which started at Broad and Wall Street. And people are here talking about the budget. The rage is on because people believe that they have a right to jobs and the banks shouldn't be bailed out. So I'm moving closer as I take
From where are you?
a shot at what's happening here on Wall Street in the Wall Street area. It's about people getting an opportunity.
Thank you, hon.
We talk about like we're moving up there. We're the center of it, and as I said, this is in the Wall Street area, where if you look, you can see that people are outraged about all that they consider slogans, and they're also using the opportunity to talk about war. And we are getting closer, and as I said, the goal is oh no. Hi.
How we connect these issues. And to say that now, at this moment in our country's history, when there is so much hope about the possibility of change, of progressive change, we're here to say we are committed to helping to make that change happen.
Go ahead, sir.
It's only going to happen if the rest of the country demand it. And this is one way that we raise our voice, by marching. And we encourage you to use all the tools that they have available to keep the pressure on the White House, on the Congress, on all of our elected officials, and the leadership of this country to say now is the time for change that we really need.
Thank you.
Okay, sure.
Hi, I just
Hi.
got a part of what you were saying. Mine
Yeah.
is not as big as his, but I'm from a little program called The Living Room.
Oh, great.
And we're here because in the living room, that's where we talk contemporary issues.
Yes.
Now, why was it necessary for you to get here today?
Well, we came today because it is April 4th, which is, of course, is the anniversary of the assassination of Dr. King when he was in Memphis supporting striking workers, sanitation workers, and he was launching his Poor People's Campaign. It's also the anniversary a year earlier, April 4th, 1967, when Dr. King was in New York at Riverside Church giving what has become a historic speech called Beyond Vietnam, where he linked what he called the triple evils of militarism, materialism, and racism. Materialism, militarism, and racism. And we're saying today, at this moment in this country's history, there are evils that must be linked. There are problems that our countries and our community faces that we, as a movement, as a peace and justice movement, need to be visible and vocal on.
I didn't ask you your name and what organization are you with?
I'm Leslie Kagan. I'm with United for Peace and Justice.
United for
Yeah,
Peace
the
and
organizers of the.
Well,
of the
I came here today because I was fascinated, to know that in a time like now when people are out of jobs, when we just got all the reports we did, that banks are still, giving large bonuses, and the CEOs, as the president said, are protected from the pitchforks. And I'm going to take the side of the bank for a moment. I'm sure they feel that they're entitled to it. This is how it has always been. This is the status quo.
Right. The problem is
why are you
Right.
Nothing has changed. It's how it has always
Right.
been.
The problem is also that it's our tax dollars that are going into bailing out these bankers, bailing out these insurance executives, and it's our tax dollars that continue to pour into the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. So we, as the people who pay these taxes, we're saying we're fine about paying taxes, but we want our money to use for schools, for education, dealing with the
healthcare.
environmental crisis, healthcare, redoing the infrastructure so the bridges don't fall down. There's much need in our communities and in this country and around the world. We don't mind paying taxes as long as we have some say into how the taxes are being used.
I heard you talk about Congress. Do you agree that there should be limitations on CEO salaries? I mean,
Well, I definitely think that there has to be limitations and regulations, not only on salaries, but on the whole corporate structure, especially when our tax dollars are being used to keep those institutions
That's
alive.
right.
We have the right, our government, as representatives of us, should impose limitations and regulations on how those institutions work, including these bonuses.
on that I agree. Thank you, Ms. Kagan.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.